Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi's Stadium. Up next, we're keeping it in the NFC for this one, between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And off we go in Santa Clara. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Now we're on here with Blake Corum. A lot of space ahead. Oh, he drops a cut to the right side. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Blake Corum touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Rams will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. Nice run back, but what a hit we had at the end of it. First down now, ball at the 33. Play action now with Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. Hits the 20. And he's going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers finish off their opening drive. George Kittle, the touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they could score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. A great effort, but he got popped at the end of it. New set of downs for him from the 31. I'll start on the ground, Corum. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
Less than a ruler needed here on second down. On play action now, Leonard. Brought in right side. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 6-yard gain on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
They're going to run on first down with Corum. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
From the gun, it's Leonard. Looking for his back, but he will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up third down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
He gets it out left, and it's gone. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be fourth down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense is staying out there, and they're ready to go for it on fourth down. They'll throw for it. Got a man, that's Nakua. And they get this down to the 28. So they keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on fourth down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Jarquez Hunter getting his first look on the ground. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of this. Luke Martin making that play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Leonard. That's complete. Nakua on the left side. And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
From the pistol, here's Leonard. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams break the tie here in the 1st. Lining up now to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Here's Evans set to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Purdy gets this from the pistol. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. And now they face 2nd down.
Okay, this defense finally set enough, ripped up that script. They have seen him be way too productive. Time to start fighting him for every single throw.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives the 49ers the 1st.
At the 50-yard line. good actors. What's gonna be the outcome? Let's add up all the factors. Back, twisted, the girls are home.
Get set, get set. 53. Yellow. Yellow. Up.
From the gun is Purdy. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Rams take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, well, you check down the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Hawk 7. Bronco leading. 79 Bronco. Check up.
Shotgun snap to Leonard. Gets this one to Blake Corum. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Give to Corum from the gun. He is rocked. That ball's free. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This one goes off right tackle. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. That tackle made by Kobe Turner.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Get set, get set.
Purdy setting up that play action. Completed to his running back. This one nearly moves the chains, but he stopped just shy of that marker. 6-yard pickup brings up 3rd down.
Rhythm. You hear me talking about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Completed over the middle. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Get set, get set.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he manages to get back to the line, but no further, as we're at the end of 1. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. It's a 14-7 game. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this.
What is doing?
We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
On 3rd down, Purdy. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. Throwing a double coverage, odds are against you.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Corum to begin the drive. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Leonard now off the play action. Nakua here. He's got it. There he goes. Right sideline. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA. The Rams take a 13-point lead. It's a Puka Nakua touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
That one splits the uprights, and the Rams double their lead to 14. Here's Evans set to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up. Looking to throw, Purdy. To his back it goes, Jordan James. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Purdy on 1st down. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams would call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Watch out!
Back to the air on 2nd. Purdy. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
To the air on 3rd and long. He put everything he had into this one. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line.
Here we go, here we go. Look at my team.
The pistol, here's Corum. And he's not going to escape. They could not get the push they needed. That's going to be an assist to their punter on that one, Brock.
I'm glad you said that, Kate. Absolutely right.
Because it was that kick that set up the chance for that immediate safety.
How many times do we sit with coaches over the course of the week and we hear it all the time? Mirroring that defense and special teams, defense and special teams. It can be game changers. And you don't know that play in any NFL game that could turn the tide. Well, we got to see the defense and the special teams marry together, and now we'll get to watch the offense take possession.
Jukes away from one. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
14 yards. And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
'49ers to the line. First and 10. Off the play fake. Purdy. He throws a bullet to the center. He's got it deep downfield. And he has it all the way down to the 30-yard line.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were. And the QB just nailed it.
First and 10 after that last highlight. They're at the 30.
Right there. Get set.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Josiah Stewart there to make the stop.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Into the hands of Jordan Watkins. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. But it slips through. 2nd down coming up. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
Purdy now on 2nd and 10. Cut near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these...
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The 49ers make it a one-score game in the first half. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there. Not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense. And that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Rams ready for this one. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Corum. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. Going to the ground again on first. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. From the gun, it's Leonard. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. From the gun, a carry by Corum. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Brought down by Fred Warner.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it inside the 10. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More football from Levi Stadium in just a moment.
Let's go. Cowboys!
Now it's Leonard. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Leonard. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Last 2 passes haven't worked out. Another one likely coming. It's 3rd and goal.
60 Eagles, 6, cut 19.
Leonard now. Chased out to his right. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. All right, so they're facing 4th down now, but they are grateful, no doubt, to be facing it. After that sideline right there saved them on the fumble.
Yeah, saved them, Kate, not just on the field, as you're saying, but on the scoreboard. Would have hurt to fumble it away inside field goal range. Thanks to that ball bouncing out, we'll get a chance to try a field goal, or who knows, maybe even go for it. That's the type of long, sustained drive to take some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Starting at the 10. Showing a little burst so far. And what a great start for their series. He's all the way up close to the 45-yard line before stepping out.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Caught on the comeback route. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means it'll be 1st down, San Francisco.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st down from the 42. Play action now. Purdy. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Get set, get set. Back around, son. Yellow.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And on 4th and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this.
Get set, get set. Yellow.
Again, it's Brock Purdy. He's got Sutton complete. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard
Sticking to the air here. It's Purdy. And he's got it. It's in close. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The 49ers earn the chance to tie before halftime. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those forces before they find pay dirt.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Leonard. Has it downfield, working the left. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Give him 25 on that play. And the Rams have the 1st down. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 25 yards. 1st down, Rams.
On play action now, Leonard. Connects on the crosser. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams will add to their lead at the end of the half. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35.
34-yard line.
Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining.
It's yellow. Yellow. Yellow.
First down, Purdy to throw. Takes this one off to James. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
He'll throw it. Completed to his running back. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. First and 10 coming up.
Get set. Get set. 21.
Hand off to the back. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Outside.
Purdy throwing here. Has him on the quick hitter. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that gives the 49ers the first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Get set. Get set. Yellow.
Blown back in the backfield, and what a hit! Charge the ball loose! And it looks like that'll be Rams football!
This is exactly what you want out of your defense. If they're not going to secure the ball on offense, and they're going to give you a shot at it, go punch that ball loose and get a body on it for the recovery.
Corum straight ahead. He dodged the tackle. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
I'll tell you what, Kate, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up for. And I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
He's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
From the red zone on first. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Throwing again on second. Throws caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams push their lead further to start the half. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Rams push the lead up to 12. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Has it at the 11. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
That's incomplete on second down. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
3rd and long for him here. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out.
From the gun is Purdy. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And that means it'll be first down, San Francisco.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. To the air again, Purdy. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. George Kittle, the intended receiver. So it'll be second down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Outside. 18. Watch out.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Completed over the middle. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Offense to the line fast.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Yellow.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
With how hard it is to get an open look downfield, can't let the coverage off the hook with the drop. Saw open space, started running before he was able to watch the ball into his hands.
Quite the drive they're putting together here, partner. This is the 9th play event as they get set for 3rd and 6.
Yellow.
Throw here, 3rd down. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they continue to trail by 12.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Corum. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Corum again. Fights his way through a tackle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And the Rams have the 1st down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football and defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to and keep them from piling on those yards.
From the gun, it's Leonard. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Leonard. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And the Rams 1st down.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Running left, it's Corum. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing from the gun. And Leonard's going to go into that slide before a defender can arrive. Smart move there. That's good for a 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
This is the end of the third quarter. The Rams up by a couple of scores as we look ahead to the fourth. And Brock, they are in control of that football. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Go! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They give up the middle to Corum. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
I think we've all become very accustomed, and I'll raise my hand and saying these tight ends are almost like bona fide receivers, big receivers. They show you right there, when they can be powerful blockers, it can make a huge difference in a run game.
Motioning one of the tight ends. From the red zone now. Makes the catch. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. The rookie from Florida in on that stop.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Need hardly anything here. 2nd and inches.
70 Lion! 70 Lion!
Gonna run it in, Corum. And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2. I think they might have taken that 1st down for granted there, Brock, and now their punishment is they got to figure out 3rd down.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning, some mind games now, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't that work out? Can we trust to run it here on 3rd down? Not a gigantic call, but one that certainly creates a lot of confusion.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Getting out to his left. He doesn't slide down and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you could take a whole bunch of pride in not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback before he could scramble for the 1st.
And they're really trying to pile it on here. The offense staying out there on 4th and goal.
Let's go now! Pass for 60, pass!
4th down, pass coming. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Rams have likely locked up the win right there. Man, now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. No change to the call on the field. That play is going to remain a touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Rams go up by 19.
49ers 26.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
'49ers to the line. 1st and 10.
Outside! Yellow. Start!
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. This is a heater going deep. He's got it deep downfield. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
That is so much more the exception than the rule when you're targeting double or triple coverage. You may be fortunate to complete a fair number of those throws, but gains like that, those are rare, and that's big time.
First down throw by Purdy. Completes it downfield to Pearson. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone.
21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Unable to connect with his running back. And it's going to be second down.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Back to the air on second, Purdy. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Get set, get set. Watch out.
On third down, Purdy. He's got Sutton complete. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
49er, first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Again, it's Brock Purdy. To the end zone, but incomplete. Couldn't get it. That's going to set up second and goal. So they fire for the end zone on first down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on second and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
Sticking to the air here. It's Purdy. He's got it. And he's going to be touchdown, Brock. Looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's now third and goal.
There's a give inside of James. And the run will not work. He is shocked at the line. This is going to be fourth and short.
Like the final battle scene from a movie, Kate, two sides charging each other, and they beat right at that line. And they didn't have to try and backward, All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
Field goal doesn't move that needle. They're going for the touchdown. It's fourth and goal.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out.
Desperation time here. And a completion not in the cards on that fourth and goal. They passed on 3 points, and they'll wind up with none.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
L.A. bringing the offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal.
Starting this drive with a design run. Well, I'm not seeing the signal for a safety, Brock, but he did not dodge it by much. That run just gets back to the line. That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Throwing from his own end zone. Looked well downfield for that one. All he found was a waiting defender to knock it away. Third down coming up.
A small little jab there, finally landed by the defense. Able to break up one of these passes, but let's be real. We know who's been landing the heavy punches all game long. Looks like they're going to keep being aggressive too, Kate. I love that. Stay on the gas.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 18, Pioneer. 79 Bronco.
From his end zone, third and long. He's going deep this time. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Starts the return at the 34. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 44-yard line.
Great starting spot here for the 49ers. They're headed up 1st and 10.
Outside. Start.
Purdy throwing here. Taken in on the right side by Pearsall. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the 49ers the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Get set. Get set. Yellow. Yellow.
Now Purdy. Gets it downfield, on target to Sutton. And he's going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers get it back to within 2 possessions. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single high or two high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
The 49ers will line up for the two-point conversion.
Here's Purdy to throw for it. And this is going to be caught, getting aggressive as they trail in this game, and that takes them 2 points closer.
Quarterback's best friend, big targets in the red zone. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Rams make the recovery. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
First down from the 42. Shotgun snap to Leonard. Will finds his back. It's Cole. And he's able to get this down to the 36. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
Looking to throw. Leonard. Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down right along the 30. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Leonard now. It's caught at the 4. And he's going to be touched down at that spot, which means the effort makes it 1st and goal. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
At the 3-yard line.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. On the sneak, here's Leonard. And the defense holds him at the 2. Brock, he can't get beyond the line. Still a couple yards short of that end zone.
That's all you could really expect from a sneak, Kate. 1, maybe a couple yards, So in that way, their job was executed. But the play call, well, that leaves me and I think many scratching our heads.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Rams getting closer to their 10th win of the season. Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal.
Get it. Just go.
Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Rams make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Not sure we can call these gadget plays anymore, partner. Not like we could in the early 2000s, right? Because receivers who can run it, well, they've become an important part of many NFL offenses, especially down in the red zone.
And that's because the reality you face is there's only so many conventional plays. Really, there's only so many reps you can get in during the practice week, so many different opportunities and traditional sets. But when you got an outlier like this, when you got a wide receiver who can run it like a running back, it presents a whole other set of issues for defenses.
The 49ers find themselves in a great starting spot here. 1st and 10 coming up.
Yellow. 18. Watch out. Yellow. Yellow.
From the gun is Purdy. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Dumps this one off to James. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Hurry up offense now as time runs down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
To the air on 3rd and long. Got his man. Watkins has it. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that means it'll be 1st down San Francisco.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Play action now. Purdy taking a chance to the end zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. Just can't finish the play.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
To the air again. Purdy. Back to a familiar target. It's Sutton. He will not score, but that does set him up front with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. Goes to the hurry up here.
1st down and goal to go.
21.
Working inside the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Get set.
To throw again, it's Purdy. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a 3rd down. All right, so defensively, you've seen 2 throws now, and you turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
3rd and goal, Purdy. And that's a shit as he threw it leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Get set. Yellow. On 18. Watch out. Stop.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on fourth down. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Line up the design keeper. So it's the Rams who take this one on the road. Well, quite the streak of wins that they have ripped off as of late, Brock, and that continues this week.
Is my math right? Is that 5?
So look at you shocking everybody. Yes, that is 5 straight after this one.
Yeah, things just got to feel different every day in that building. Playing this well over the last month plus, guys feel like they're on another level, and it gives them a huge lift on game day. You feel that confidence.
So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams are winners, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.